Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 6, text number 26 and 27. Tatra tatra girastasta iti vishruta vikramaha itsroshyati atma shruta gataha prituhu pritu parakramaha. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. In this way, when the chivalrous activities of King Prthu came to be known to the people in general, King Prthu will always hear about himself and his uniquely powerful activities. Purport. To artificially advertise oneself and thus enjoy a so-called reputation is a kind of a conceit. Prthu Maharaj was famous among the people because of his chivalrous activities. He did not have to advertise himself artificially. One's factual reputation cannot be covered. Text 27. Disho vijitya pratiruddha chakraha swatejasotpati pati tatlokashalya sura surendreir upagiyamana mahanubhavo bhavata mahanubhavo bhavita patirbhuvaha. No one will be able to disobey the orders of Prthu Maharaj. After conquering the world, he will completely eradicate the threefold miseries of the citizens. Then he will be recognized all over the world. At that time, both the Suras and Asuras will undoubtedly glorify his magnanimous activities. Purport. At the time of Maharaj Prthu, the world was ruled by one emperor, although there were many subordinate states. Just as there are many United States in various parts of the world, in olden days the entire world was ruled through many states. But there was one supreme emperor who ruled over all subsidiary states. As soon as there were some discrepancies in the maintenance of Varnashrama system, the emperor would immediately take charge of the small states. The word Utpatita Lokashalya indicates that Maharaj Prthu completely uprooted all miseries of his citizens. The word Shalya means piercing thorns. There are many kinds of miserable thorns that pierce the citizens of a state. But all competent rulers, even up to the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthira, uproots all the miserable conditions of the citizens. It is stated that during the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthira, there did not even exist severe cold or scorching heat, nor did the citizens suffer from any kind of mental anxiety. This is the standard of good government. Such a peaceful and a prosperous government, devoid of anxiety, was established by Prthu Maharaj. Thus, the inhabitants of both saintly and demonic planets were all engaged in glorifying the activities of Maharaj Prthu. Persons or nations anxious to spread their influence all over the world should consider this point. If one is able to eradicate completely the threefold miseries of citizens, he should aspire to rule the world. One should not aspire to rule for any political or diplomatic considerations. Thus, since the Bhaktivedanta purport to the 4th canto, 16th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Praise of King Prthu by the Professional Reciters. So this chapter, which was about the praise of King Prthu by professional reciters. Even before Prthu Maharaj started ruling, they could foresee the glories of Prthu Maharaj's administration as the emperor of this world, summarizing it with the statement that he will completely eradicate threefold miseries of the citizens, and he will be recognized all over the world. And both the Suras and Asuras will undoubtedly glorify his magnanimous activities. And it is predicted that he would achieve high fame, and he will hear about himself and his uniquely powerful activities. Prthu Maharaj, an incarnation of powers of the Lord, especially the power as a king to rule over all the citizens and to deliver prosperity, happiness, and liberation to all the citizens whom he was ruling. All this requires power. The entire existence is the estate of the Supreme Lord, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. And all the living entities are his subjects. Krishna consciousness is about understanding Krishna as a person, and there is no meaning to a person without the powers of that person. The absolute truth is the energetic and the energy. The conditioned living entities, so much fed up with, unable to control the material energy, and feeling frustrated how the material energy, including their body, is limiting them always, giving them all kinds of miseries. One becomes very philosophical and their mind starts rejecting these variegated energies, varieties of name, form, activities, love, fame. They say these are all does not exist. It's Maya. Krishna is not in the picture. In their analysis, they start with because of their observed frustration and lack of control over their own happiness, which they are always seeking. They are always seeking Sat power over the existence. I'm talking about a rational person. He will think. First thing he will conclude this, I have no control over this vast material existence. I can't even think of it. So I cannot satisfy this. Therefore he says that they all does not exist at all. This does not exist at all. The world doesn't exist. My individuality who is seeking this Satchidananda does not exist. Even for Mayavadis, the ultimate realization is Sat. An intermediate realization is realization of Satchidananda. The ultimate realization is this Sat, Chit and Ananda are characteristics of persons. There is no person. You do not exist. There is no supreme person. So this is the philosophy of impersonalism. Ultimately everything is impersonal. But to achieve that Nirguna Brahman, the path, one of the paths, one is jnana, full jnana. The other path is through Saguna Brahman. Any god, any demigod, you worship in bhakti. And the process of bhakti, whether your Ishta Devata is Shiva or Ganesha or Vishnu, you have to merge into that deity. So, the living entity is one class of living. Of course, those who are not inquiring, they are still in the lower strata of life. But those who are philosophical, they make that inquiry. They realize that, in a way, this vast material existence is intimidating to a tiny living entity. Even to understand. Just like you see it today, intellectually intimidating. No scientist would say that I can understand the entire universe. Sometimes they used to say in the 19th century, after Newton's law, all these things, they could explain how the planets are moving and all gross bodies, everything, and they could predict so many things. They thought we have understood this material world. And in the 20th century, when it came, going deeper into nature, into the atoms, deeper microcosmic realities, overall cosmic reality, they thought, yeah, I can calculate the orbit of the earth and orbit of all the planets, and yet they extrapolated with this much knowledge we can understand, does not matter in how many planets are there, how many suns are there, how many galaxies are there. So because their instrument, they did not have a theory, of course, which will predict or which will tell what is the size of the universe. So they said, we'll discover. And they discovered according to the power of their telescope. And they're going on discovering. They discovered that this solar system is part of a galaxy, Milky Way galaxy, where there are billion suns. Then they got more powerful telescopes. And then they understood the nature of gravity, general relativity, all these things in the 20th century. Einstein's theory of relativity, general relativity, was explaining space and time, new discoveries of space and time, could make them mathematically predict and even observe in terms of background radiations that there are billions of galaxies. So if human being wants to understand this, you have to explain everything. If you think you know about the world, you should explain everything. But the living entity is intellectually intimidated by the very size of this material existence. So very easy shortcut understanding is what? This is all illusion. Does not exist. But what is the truth? The truth is that there is a supreme person. A supreme person means supreme person's power, Vaibhava. Supreme person is infinite in his powers. Sarva Shaktiman. The reality. Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, and Krishna says, yes, I am the Lord of all the worlds. I have created them. I maintain them. I dissolve them. And everything has come from me. Aham sarvasya prabho mata sarvam pravartate. What kind of person is this? You have understood tiny persons. People have different properties, and that property serves them. He has an estate, he has an estate, he has an estate. Estate means property. As soon as we think of somebody multi-billionaires, Ambani, you think of him associated with this estate. Oh, he's a rich man. You think there is no proprietor for the whole of everything? Whether it is Ambani or anybody, for some time it is given, and then they have given time to enjoy that property, and that body itself goes away. Ownership is gone. Ownership of anything in this material existence by anybody is only for some time. But there is a constant owner of everything. He is a owner, knower, and enjoyer of everything. Infinite owner, infinite knower, and infinite enjoyer. This is truth. Power, name, fame, these are all eternal variegatedness of the eternal, of the existence of the estate of the Lord. So, Prthu Maharaj is a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to rule this earth. So it is said he became famous. He will become famous. Everybody will honor him, everything. That is not illusion. There will be real fame. Real reputation. Honor. Any prasadam, reputation, honor, everything offered by the Supreme Lord. Anything offered by the Supreme Lord is called prasadam. If you get a tasty prasadam, will you say it's too tasty? I am a yogi, I don't want. Yogis may say that, we won't say that. Yogi's goal is something else. Not love of Krishna. Yogi's goal is to get stuck in self-control and power and all this self. Devotees are in relationship with Krishna, whether it is in power, reputation, what it may be, money, anything. So that's an important point Prabhupada is mentioning here. To artificially advertise oneself and thus enjoy so-called reputation is a kind of a conceit. Cheating. Truth is truth. You cannot cheat. If the Lord has empowered, you have to be recognized as a truth, as a will of the Lord. You cannot go against the will of the Lord by not recognizing Prthu Maharaj as a highly praiseworthy king. And glorify Prthu Maharaj. Because whatever he is doing, his name, fame, all these things, is not because he chased after that. He was chasing service to the Supreme Lord. The devotee's focus is not on chasing after prasadam. Note that. You should be chasing after pleasing Krishna. Prasadam comes in the form of prasadam for the tongue. Prasadam comes in the form of glorification of your service. Prasadam comes in the form of gifting so much power in the material world as Prthu Maharaj is having. Prasadam is to be honored. Prasadam is not to be attacked. Prasadam has to be gratefully acknowledged as the costless mercy of the Lord. So devotees, Vaishnavas deal with everything personal. Name, fame, everything. You cannot, it's not an impersonal world, it's an absolute world. Krishna wants to make Prabhupada as the Vishwaguru. It is Krishna's wish. That Maharaj, Kailashananda Maharaj, when I was sitting there, he spoke into my ears. इतना साल ISKCON में इस्कॉन क्यों प्रभुपाद को अभी तक ये पद नहीं दिया? Means internally we should have given to Prabhupada. Because they see the contribution of Srila Prabhupada as something which is inconceivable by any one of them or their predecessors. It is not a ordinary thing that Srila Prabhupada has achieved. It is because of Krishna's extraordinary power. Shakti Avesha, Krishna's Shakti, as a powerful preacher, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Shakti entered his personality. He became possessed with that preaching spirit and Shakti, purity, to give Harinam to millions of jivas, and who is continuing to give. It has to be accepted. Just by saying, no, okay, it is Krishna's power. It's not his power. Like that, philosophically, everything is Krishna's. Krishna is the source of everything for the jivas. But why Krishna gave the power to him is to his credit. Something Krishna has seen, could have given to anybody. So, ye etamam prapatyante tam satya bhajamiham. Krishna also gives his costless mercy. It may be costless in terms of materially, but he also has causes. Devotees, devotion is a cause for the Lord to reciprocate. Devotees' commitment, devotees' determination, devotees' love for his spiritual master. Devotees' compassion to relieve the suffering of the other living entities. These are all causes for Krishna. You cannot say simply costlessly, somebody is empowered, somebody is not empowered. It's not Krishna's reciprocation with his devotees are not materially caused. But spiritual reciprocation is a relationship between devotee and the Supreme Lord. Therefore, it is not illusion to praise Srila Prabhupada. As a Shakti Avesha, the avatara of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Shakti in the modern times, to fulfill the predictions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that every town and village, my name will be sung. So we have to eternally glorify Srila Prabhupada for his devotional service to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through the parampara, for the parampara. Because Krishna acts through his devotees. Krishna acts in this material world through his devotees. So devotees also aspire, not for power, not for reputation. They aspire just like Prabhupada aspired. How can I be satisfied just sitting in Radha Damodar temple? Satisfied with my enjoying Krishna consciousness. At that old age, his aspiration was to fulfill the compassionate mission of his spiritual master. Just see. So we as devotees have aspirations. Servant aspirations. Servant's aspiration is to fulfill the mission of the master. So Prabhupada has given us so many different types of visions that will please Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that will please Guru Parampara. So we all should be bubbling with aspirations to reach Krishna consciousness. But for that, we should first aspire, simultaneously aspire, not first, simultaneously aspire to become free from illusions, free from Maya. And for that purpose, Prabhupada has given us, Krishna has given us holy name, his own association he has given us. So by associating with holy name, in order to give us purification, in order to purify us, in order to accept our devotion service in the conditional state, he resides with us as Archa, Vigraha. In so many ways, the Lord has incarnated to enable us first to become purified and see the reality, absolute reality, the absolute reality that this material world is Krishna's. This body is Krishna's. I am Krishna's. All living entities are Krishna's. Anandamayobhyasat. Everything is serving Krishna. Everything is real. Only if something is created, maintained and destroyed, the variegatedness are not real, are not absolute. They are real when they are there. They are not absolute. Our identities, material identities in this world are not absolute. When we leave the body, it's gone. But the spirit person who is behind it, if he is free from illusion that is his body, he can serve absolutely. Just like Prabhupada's activities absolutely are recorded in Vaikuntha. This is not, just like you see all the Leelas, Bhagavatam, Leelas, Prthu Maharaj Leela, these all happened in the material world. They are not illusions. The real absolute stories, histories. Everything that material world, in this material world is illusion. Okay, Prthu Maharaj was born, then he ended sometime. Prabhupada was born, he ended sometime. That identity. But the activities of the spirit, liberated spirit person in that body is eternally glorified by being recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam. Just see, this is not Maya literature, everything is absolute. So, moment we realize that this material world of infinite vastness is a Shakti of a person, that's the first lesson when a spiritualist means there are many Jnanis and only when he understands the reality, he understands he is insignificant eternally. He is a tiny jiva. I exist for him, that Supreme Personality. The vast existence has a meaning, it is his. That is why Krishna showed the Vishwarupa to Arjuna. To strike us, there exists a Supreme Proprietor of everything. And we're all given different powers. This body itself is a power. Bodily power is a power. With various kinds of powers in this body, intellectual power, physical power, emotional power. They're all given to us by the Lord in the heart, to each jiva, either according to his karma or according to the needs of his service. No karma limitations, only bhakti limitations. Like Prabhupada said, if you all become pure in 18 days, I can take over the world. What is the limitation? Power, energy is not the limitation. Handlers of power and Krishna's power and energy is a limitation. Honest, genuine, loyal handlers of the Shakti of the Lord. Money, power, people power, all. Can you actually handle as a pure servant of the Lord? That is the challenge. Which comes by purity. Purity comes by association of the Supreme Pure. And Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare is supremely pure. Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Abhinnatvan Nama Naminoho. So the secret is how well we can serve Prabhupada and Krishna in extraordinary ways because their mission is waiting. And for that Krishna is waiting. For devotees to become Krishna conscious. Krishna conscious does not mean remembering Krishna and Gopi Leelas. That only is real Krishna consciousness. These are all not studying Bhagavad Gita about Krishna's Vishwarupa, his power, Prthu Maharaj's Leela. Where is this, all this? Somebody will say, these are all Dashamaskanda you go. No, these are all absolute. Everything is absolute. This world is absolute. When the Lord is... And if the world is an illusion, why would Krishna come down into this world? The living entities are real in this world, absolute. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, there was never a time when you did not exist, nor you, nor all these people in the battlefield. I may create illusions in my mind. I may see a gilded gold as gold. Gold is there somewhere, gilded gold. A copper necklace which is gold coated. There's a real necklace, gold somewhere. So even what do the Mayavadis say? Just because that gold plating does not last. He says there is no gold, there is no copper. You see, that foolish it is. So what they say is, gold is illusion, copper is illusion. Everything is illusion, I am illusion. My individuality is illusion. Very easy philosophy, all problems solved. Nothing to explain. Whereas, what is a real philosophy? There is an illusion aspect. Maya is there. But Maya is not what they say. Maya is that there is a real gold somewhere and there is a gilded gold here. To see the gilded gold as gold is Maya. That means the gilded necklace is not Maya. Gold is not Maya. Your perception that A is equal to B, where it is not. Your perception that false A is equal to A, that is the A exists somewhere, B exists somewhere. So, Sukha, Dukkha exists in this material world. That's why Bhagavatam says, Tucham, insignificant. On a necklace, how much gold is there? It's few microns. Tucham. But it is gold. But it is an experience. Because it is tucham and you are entitled for real gold, it is called false. Cheating pleasures. Pleasure is not there, you cannot say. Krishna has created that experience, whether it is chemically or whatever it may be through the yantra system. Ultimately, you are having experience of momentary pleasure, momentary love, momentary intimacy, everything in this world. It is like a thin gold layer on the necklace. So appreciation of understanding exactly where the illusion is, then we can fight that illusion. That illusion is in the head, illusion is not. This is a real Vaibhava of the Lord, real energy of the Lord. A table may not exist forever. So idea of table is an illusion that does not last. But when it is existing, it is functioning as a table. It's a reality. I am interacting with the table. Otherwise, everything will vanish at the time of dissolution. And it doesn't vanish because you get self-realized. They say some guru suddenly touched the head of the disciple. Suddenly, for disciple, everything vanished. Prabhupada gives this example. Everything vanished. That is the self-realization. Everything doesn't. Your illusion will vanish. If the Guru's mercy is there. To vanish this is not in your power. It is in the power of Vishnu to dissolve it. Creation, maintenance, annihilation is in Vishnu's power. Any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I have some question regarding that prasadam you told. So that attacking prasadam, can I ask that one?
Please.
So like I have the two cases, Prabhu. So one of the cases like in ashram, what I come across some of the examples, like suppose there is a prasadam my roommate has kept on his table, and then if he keeps money, I don't touch his money because anyway not interested. But sometimes I may go and eat little bit prasadam from his whatever he has kept. So in such cases, is there like something called Krishna karma or sin, anything like that do we get?
Prasadam and prasadam will have its effect. But the stealing of prasadam will have parallel effect. If that Vaishnava is pained, he comes back. My God, I was so much waiting to take and it's disappeared. So the effect is not about prasadam. The effect is, out of prasadam you created another effect. A Vaishnava of hurting another Vaishnava. So always everything should be respectfully done. At least half you keep there. You may come and see, rat has taken or something. So we have to, everything is, if you are grabbing that prasadam, without consideration who kept it and all those things, then you are attacking, it's lust. A dovetailing lust is different from honoring prasadam. Of course, it begins by dovetailing. And gradually as we purify, we honor prasadam. Otherwise, I was eating outside, here I come and sit in the ashram, I eat. There's no consciousness change. Right? But there is a consciousness. That's why Mahaprasade Govinde, all the singing is there, everything, reminding us that this is Krishna himself, very mercifully he has given. So there is a consciousness with which your tongue tastes the prasadam. That is honoring. Objectivizing prasadam means only for its taste to the tongue. There are many layers to it. This is come from Krishna. This is Krishna himself. This is spiritualized. So many other realities are there in the prasadam. But you objectify prasadam. Then it is an offense. Just like holy name. If you're utilizing the holy name for material things, there is an offense to the holy name. So everywhere Krishna's incarnation is there as a deity, as a holy name, as prasadam, as Vaishnavas. All of them should be dealt with respectfully. Respectfully means what is the will of the Lord. What is the desire of other living entities? We cannot steal credit for other living entities' devotional service. Just like a Prthu Maharaj. Somebody else cannot claim credit. And he is stealing. Some other devotees renders that service. That's why we work as a team in this world. Whatever we achieve for Prabhupada is all a teamwork. Every one of you have contributed for that growth of this Krishna consciousness movement. Simply one leader cannot, take all the glories. The world may give credit to the leader. The leader has to make everybody aware and say that I was only representing all their services to build up into this service. Somebody has to represent. Somebody has to represent success. So it's just representing the success of all of us in serving Srila Prabhupada and building up the movement. That should be the consciousness with which we also handle power. Because we want a powerful movement. We want this movement to become more powerful. Without power, you cannot spread Krishna consciousness movement. We need money power, we need intellectual power, we need devotional power. We need that. Any other question? Rendaraj Shimad, there is a question there. He had his hand first.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Onwards. Prabhu, as Kailash Anand Giri Maharaj gave appreciated Srila Prabhupada and gave title Vishwaguru, and also he appreciated ISKCON Bangalore movement a lot, and he has belonged to a khada which consists of 13 groups, and the way he was glorifying, so does that mean that he is also inviting ISKCON Bangalore to be a part of that?
Pardon?
Part of that akhada.
Why he said that was because there is a tradition. In Kumbh Mela, if you get attached to one akhada, then you can join their procession. So, Kumbh starts with a big procession of all the akhadas, first going for dip. A prestigious procession. So what he meant was, from next Kumbh, Prabhupada Rath will be behind his Rath. First will be Juna Akhada, then Niranjani Akhada. So because we will join the procession, because they recognized, we'll be with them. So we'll be in the front. Prabhupada will have a Rath for Prabhupada, Prabhupada will be there, and then we'll be sitting all devotees. We'll also be joining the most traditional procession. We will be in the procession much ahead of many other, the last, after 7, these akhadas, Shaiva akhadas, then there are 3 Vaishnava akhadas. So we will be even ahead. So that is for the procession's sake, he said, that Kumbh will be together. So it's not about, everybody knows. You think Kailash Anandji does not know that we are a Vaishnava Parampara? I think we do not know it's a Shaiva Parampara. When it comes to deep, there is no, now we are talking about the worldly thing. Worldly for preaching. We respect them as devotees of Shiva. In fact, many of them are not, they have separated from all these akhadas, have separated from Shankaracharya. Several hundred years back. To my understanding, little study I did, they are madly practicing bhakti of Shiva. Just like we are madly worshipping Krishna. Not they want to merge. And merging is different. There are jnanis. To annihilate everything, all variegatedness in everything. So many things that we say, I don't even want mukti. I remember one VIP was asking, when I was there with Kailash, asking question, हमको मुक्ति कब मिलेगा महाराज? महाराज मुक्ति क्यों चाहिए? महादेव को सेवा करो, करते रहो नित्य. That means similar concept is there. So anyway, that is the difference. That difference is immaterial for us. We are not spiritually married to Niranjaniya Khada. No. In this world, socially in this world, yes. And the only connection will be during all the kumbhas, Kumbh Melas. Prabhupada's Ratha will have a place there. Any other question? Okay. There's all preaching effect. You see, let's say if Mayavadis, they glorify Prabhupada, he'll benefit or not? Huh? That will be the greatest benefit that they have ever received in their life. To glorify a pure devotee. You should see it in that perspective. The whole world should glorify. If the scientists glorify Prabhupada, Prabhupada will be happy or not? Will be happy? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की जय।